Which one? Did I?
Six, 7 p.m. We're going to call it to order. And we have Reverend Mason from Mercy Outreach to give our invocation.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Lord, you say that if your people will humble themselves and pray and seek your face and turn from their wicked ways, that you'll hear from heaven and you'll forgive their sins and you'll heal their land. And our land seems to be in disarray right now, Lord. But we are grateful that we have men and women in our armed forces that are willing to go overseas and stay local to take care of us. We're grateful for our first responders that are local and help us. Lord, we pray for our leaders in our nation, our leaders in our state, and most importantly, our leaders here at our county level. And I know at the county level, Lord, we get a whole lot of roll down from the top, and they're left to handle it. So I just ask you now, because we are humble and we do want to pray in your name, that you'll just give us wisdom as we go through this meeting. The men and women present and the folks who make decisions will do it reverently and thoughtfully, Lord. And not to change the subject, Lord, I just ask you to help my Carolina Gamecocks have a good football game.
Amen.
Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chairman, I don't think God's a fan of any of that, because I've been praying for the Redskins for the last 20 years and I ain't getting anything out of that.
Some prayers are best unanswered.
All right, we've got an agenda. Has everybody had a chance to review it? Are there any changes? If so, make them. Otherwise, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve the agenda, Mr. Chairman. I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Agenda's approved. We had two sets of minutes, or three sets, April 16th, 2026, July 30th, 2026, and July 16th. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? Were there any changes to those?
Mr. Chairman, I saw no changes unless any other board member did. I move to approve the minutes from April 16th, July 30th, and July 16th, 2026.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. All right, now we're going to move into delegations from the public. We've got seven. So we've got seven. So we'll do 5 minutes. Mr. Toth, if you would run the clock.
All right.
And we're going to have Mr. Sonny Abbott first.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board,
Good evening.
Mr.
and
Abbott.
birthday boy Bowen.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott.
As I speak tonight, please see me as a resident of the community and not in any other capacity. Many or most times I come before the board and my comments are negative. So there won't be any surprises tonight. However, I want to begin by thanking the board for allowing English Construction to provide some data on the new courthouse complex, and to extend my appreciation to the new county finance director. I truly appreciate being able to meet with her. The newness of her being in that position hasn't worn off yet, and she is learning about what she's up against. The four of you have been in your positions for years and can't use newness as a reason. So let's talk money. What I'm going to outline in part is in your supervisor's book, the one you currently have and the previous month. So June revenue, and I'm going to round off the numbers. I won't be as specific as the numbers in your books. June revenue, 1.5 million. July revenue, 900,000. The LRA fund total balance, 2,008,000. Now your investment portfolio started May 31st at 13 million. Ended June 30th at 12.7. Ended July 31 at 12.4. So recapping these entries, the land sale to the Ward Burton Foundation is less, just over $5,000. And the investment funds are down $565,000 over the last 2 months. Now, the first rhetorical question, why? Wasn't the land sale monies to be used to reduce the total cost of the new court complex? Is there a reason behind over a $500,000 reduction in the investment portfolio? All of these items are reported by the treasurer, and apparently this board seems oblivious to the reasons why. Now, I give a great deal of latitude, excuse me, to the new finance director. Her newness will dissipate, and hopefully she'll be able to determine the why. Another rhetorical question. Since this board has been selling off assets of the county, now let's recall some of the sold items from the recent past. Around $300,000 in timber sales, $300,000 plus selling 2 lots in Pickett Park, or 2 parcels, $650,000 plus in the land sale to Blackstone. Now, just over $1 million in recent sales, yet the investment portfolio is down over $500,000. Why? Last rhetorical question. Shouldn't the new court complex be built on the vacant county-owned land? It would avoid removing current structures, eliminating the 180-foot tower, or making a new sheriff's office immediately required. Absent any changes, the $23 million and approximately $8 million for the sheriff's office, or $31 million, requires around a 13-cent per hundred valuation tax increase. Let me restate that, a 13-cent per $100 valuation tax increase to cover principal and interest for the next 20 years. Are any of you interested in cost reduction ideas? Now take that question however you choose. Just another 22% real property tax increase, or the 4th year in a row of tax increases. All this in the coming election year. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott.
Councilman B. Cummings.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I am Brandon Cummings. I am a new councilman to Burkeville. I'm here on behalf of the conversations that were overheard concerning removing some funding from Burkeville's Fire Department's EMS. I have a letter to read from one of the citizens in that area, as well as some statements. Dear County Supervisors, I am deeply concerned about the county's proposal to withdraw funding from Burkeville EMS. The decision would place the health and safety of Burkeville residents at risk, especially older residents and others who may depend on EMS during a life-threatening emergency. As a woman in my 70s, I have been blessed to have needed emergency care assistance only twice, but those experiences taught me how important it is to have EMS available nearby. On one occasion, I became seriously ill and went to Burkeville's firehouse for help, but the EMS crew was already responding to another call outside the area. I had no choice but to drive myself to an urgent care facility in Farmville. I was experiencing severe atrial fibrillation and should not have been driving. Prince Edward County Rescue Squad called to transport me to the hospital, where I spent several days in intensive care and eventually required surgery. On another occasion, when I knew something was wrong, Burkeville EMS responded and transported me to the emergency room. Their assistance was there when I needed it, and it was always grateful. These experiences demonstrate why Burkeville needs reliable, properly funded emergency medical services. Our EMS personnel already responded beyond Burkeville to assist residents throughout Nottoway County. It is unfair and potentially dangerous for the county to benefit from the services while considering taking away the funding that helps them operate. When someone is suffering a heart attack, stroke, breathing emergency, or serious injury, every minute matters. Delayed care means the difference between recovery, permanent disability, and death. Burkeville's residents should not receive less protection simply because we live in a small town. Please reconsider any proposal to reduce or eliminate county funding to Burkeville EMS. Continue supporting the people who answer our calls and protect our community. The life they save tomorrow could be yours or someone you love. Sincerely signed, Debbie Robertson, 209 Oak Street, Burkeville, Virginia. This brought up a good point that I decided to start digging into the statistics. So Burkeville's population in itself is 23.8% are over the age of 65. Now you compare that to the entire county of Nottoway, which is only 19.2%. And the state of Virginia in itself is 17.8% over that age. So that means you're looking at just Burkeville itself as 4.6% more senior citizens than the entire county of Nottoway. So what better place to have a paid EMS than within the vicinity that most calls are going to come from? I hope they never have to make those calls. But if they do, the meeting I went to the other night and the numbers I saw, they're on scene in 10 minutes. If you take that away from that area, that's going to increase. If the funding goes away, then the paid EMS that runs out of that building that makes those times so great will have to be laid off. I'm sure the councilman and the mayor is here. We probably are not going to be able to afford it. And then it becomes back to full volunteer. And if it's full volunteer, you got to add the time from the commute from their house, from when the pager goes off, to the fire station, to the ambulance, to the call. And that's if they live in town limits. Some of the volunteers could be outside of town limits, and that could increase the time even more. So my understanding is it is not a proposal yet, but I ask that you consider not making it a proposal, because I think it will be detrimental to the health and welfare of everyone in that community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Coe.
Gerald Smith, Burkeville Mayor.
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Hey, Mayor.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I ain't gonna say too much because I think Brandon said it very well. We're here again with the same old thing we had about months ago about the fire department. Like I told you, I'm gonna stand with my town 100% on my emergency services, whether it's police or fire. I'm gonna stand with them. But if you make that decision, remember, we work together. I don't want to see no entity in this county closed as far as emergency services closing nowhere. I would not like to see that. So we support each other, we work together, we support each other. We all Nottoway. It's not Crew, Burkeville, or Blackstone. We're Nottoway.
Amen.
All right? So I'm just saying like this, if you're thinking about doing that, please unthank it. Unthank it, please. I'm not saying you will, not saying you won't, but please unthank that. I mean, I've used emergency services before. My family has used it, and Burkeville has been there, Nottoway has been there. I don't want to see neither one of these agencies closed. I think they're fine agencies. But we need to think about the people in the county. Burkeville has a lot of elderly people in the town. Majority of our people are elderly in our town. I'm elderly now. I'm getting there. So please don't do that. That's all I ask. And you see the support for the town of Burkeville here. It's here. And it's not gonna waver one way or the other. It's gonna stand strong. As long as I stand mayor or stand on the council, it will be strong. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
John Shute. Thank you, Chief.
Hey, Chief.
Good evening, everyone.
How you doing?
For the sake of time, and because senior moments often sneak in, I'm going to read my remarks, so bear with me. I am here tonight to voice my concerns about a recent committee meeting where the chief of Burkeville's fire department was asked what would happen if the payroll funds and revenue recovery were removed and its EMS operations to its first due response area were removed except for the town of Burkeville. This caused immediate alarm to the agency and the people it serves. Because of the limits of time, I will not go into the details as to how badly the impact would be to the department and the community. I have spoken to the county administrator along with 2 of the board supervisors and provided data on the current benefits of the department's EMS program and impact that would likely occur with its removal. In short, I am almost certain that the result will be the collapse of the entire emergency services system in the western portion of Nottoway County, and I can provide data to support this. I would have never imagined in my 45 years of service that the community would lose its department due to having its funding stripped away by local government. In closing, I would like to clear up some items that may have been misunderstood in the committee meeting. At the public budget hearing, I spoke as a taxpayer and told the board that the county needed to consolidate its fire and EMS into 3 separate stations because there would not be enough funds for 5 stations. That was what I presented. If it was misunderstood, I still believe that to be true. Number 2, there are no cash cows. There is a total of $350,000 to $400,000 in revenue recovery across the department service area, which provides 1 full-time ambulance and 1 surge unit to provide EMS services to the service area, in addition to providing relief as needed to the rest of the county at no further cost to the taxpayers. Number 3, Burkeville is not able to apply for grants due to cash reserves. A fire and EMS program the size of Burkeville requires substantial cash reserve for capital outlay. We have received numerous grants through the years, most recently this year for a grant of over $50,000 for turnout gear. And we are submitting 3 grant applications in the coming year, which will likely be approved. Lastly, our department fully supports all fire and EMS needs to all citizens within Nottoway County. We only ask for the same considerations for the citizens in our service area. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Kevin Eustace, Burkeville Volunteer Fire.
Chairman, Board
Good
of
evening.
Supervisors, everyone in attendance, thank you for letting me speak.
Good evening.
My name is Kevin Eustace. I'm a certified paramedic and firefighter for Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department. I serve as a shift lead, which means I oversee paid staff assisting with administrative, medical, and fire-related concerns for daily operations for 911 response in Burkeville and Nottoway. I'm currently the highest certified paid EMS and fire employee for the town of Burkeville. I come here with a concern for the employees of the Volunteer Fire Department, their livelihood, the 911 response time for our area, and the well-being of the taxpayers in our first 2 area, and Nottoway County as a whole. If you continue with the notion of defunding the paid aspect of Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department, the employees will end up losing their jobs, plain and simple. These are parents, husbands, wives, and families that have worked to start or continue their careers in public service. This will also create 2nd and 3rd order effects that will definitely shut the doors of our fire department and increase those response times. Paid employees are required to have medical and vehicle certifications by the time that they begin their employment. This is not the case with the volunteer pool, which may be beginning their public service journey, or the lifetime members that should not be expected to handle the strenuous tasks of 911 response on their own. The current cross-staffing level allows for quick response in our first due area for fire and EMS, averaging 9 minutes and 36 seconds for 360 calls since January 1st of this year. 62% of these calls were answered in less than 10 minutes. Regarding our state facilities, We have an average time of 8 minutes and 20 seconds, with 79% of those calls being answered within 10 minutes. There are, of course, times, like we've heard earlier, where the ambulance is already on a call. However, in the last year, Burkeville has received 71 mutual aid calls for the area. However, we have given 267 calls back to Nottoway County. That is mutual aid outside of Burkeville's first due. So, in conclusion, 911 response is dynamic, but we have something effective that is backed with statistics that I currently have with me. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Roger Reynolds, Burkeville Volunteer Fire.
Mr. Chairman, we haven't had to call time on nobody yet, so we hope to keep it that way.
What now?
We hadn't had to call time on nobody yet, but we hope to keep it that way.
Well, we fixing to get an education there.
I thought Steve would have brought cake. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
First off, thank y'all for opening every meeting with a prayer and a pledge of allegiance to our flag. Because without God, we're nothing.
Amen.
And we have the honor to honor that flag in the greatest country on earth.
Yes, sir.
I'm Roger Reynolds, 40-year member of Burkeville Fire Department. Burkeville has some of the great providers, exceptional volunteers that put in countless hours of training and do an outstanding job saving lives, property, and the county money. EMS is essential. Whether it's the eastern end of Nottoway, western end of Nottoway, don't matter. When they call 911, we need an ambulance on the road rapidly. Nottoway County is very lucky to have the volunteers, and the numbers are certainly dropping, whether it's the church groups, civic organizations, it don't matter. The volunteers, unfortunately, this day and time, are fewer and fewer. We need to come together as a team and find ways to continue to serve the citizens of Nottoway with the absolute best firefighters and EMS provide possible. Just yesterday afternoon, Burkeville responded to our MVA about 4 o'clock. While on that call, Nottoway County Rescue Squad had an EMS call in Blackstone. There was a call at a state facility. There was an EMS call in Crew. And then the Sheriff's Department was dispatched to a call. So there's 5 calls in 30 minutes. We need everybody in this county. And it's y'all's responsibility and the taxpayers to come up with ways to fund it. I pay a lot of taxes. Bless my mom's heart, hard-working woman. She built a great farm that we have the opportunity to run. We got a lot of land we pay taxes on. But I also get into the age where EMS is important to me. And we've certainly used all the fire departments in this county because we've had the unfortunate circumstances of fires at our place. We've had ambulance, we've had a drowning one time. So we know all about fire and EMS. I've been a member 40 years and I want to stay a member. So let's work together, come up with a way to fund all the agencies, fire and EMS throughout the county. Thank y'all and God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
You
sir.
as well, Mr. Roger.
I beat that timer, didn't I?
You sure did. I got a cookie in my truck for you.
Michaela Sisson, Burkeville Volunteer Fire.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I am Michaela Sisson. I am a paid advanced EMT and firefighter for Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department. I am also a shift lead. Kevin is my counterpart. I have a letter that was written by our online medical director, Dr. William Eggleston. He cannot be here tonight, but Dr. Eggleston, as the OMD for the entire county, oversees protocols. He oversees our drug program. We can call him for any questions that we may have on a call. It doesn't matter, day or night. He'll answer the phone. Here is his letter. Says, to whom it may concern. I apologize that I am unable to attend the meeting for which I am writing this letter. I, in fact, am fulfilling my duties as Cub Master currently, and as many in the EMS services can attest, I take that responsibility seriously. Don't get between Dr. Eggleston and Thursday Cub Scouting. I get plenty of teasing for that, rightfully so. I note this, though, because I also have been given the honor of holding the position of Nottoway County OMD and working with our emergency services. Please do not think that my lack of presence implies I take the role entrusted to me any less seriously. I've been blessed with the chance of working with those that serve our community every day, and hopefully with them helping to save the lives of many in Nottoway County. As such, I will state from the beginning that I have the greatest concern about any plans to remove funding from the support of Burkeville EMS services. I would counsel against doing anything of this nature. I fear that in doing so, many I don't do much public speaking.
Doing fine. You're doing very well.
Detrimentally affect the ability to provide care in Nottoway County. I first became aware of the possible plans for removing portions of the monetary support from Burkeville's EMS services around 2 weeks ago. It is my understanding that these funds are under consideration to be moved to NCES, as well as that they may provide a third ambulance to serve the county. In that time, I have considered the ramifications of this plan of action, and I think that losing the services of Burkeville EMS will have detrimental effects. There are those likely present with a much better understanding of the history of EMS services in Nottoway County. But what I understand is that for the last 20 plus years, Burkeville Volunteer Fire and EMS has provided emergency care for not only the town of Burkeville, but the western portion of the county, including several state locations that depend on their fast response for caring for their patients. Their station geographically is located at an optimal point to provide care to their area, and I fear that the loss of their services would affect the speed with which care could be provided to those that currently fall under their umbrella of coverage. Time is probably the most precious commodity in emergency services, and the more that is lost getting to the patient in need, the more dire the situation becomes. Burkeville EMS has filled this coverage for over 2 decades, and losing their services, I fear, would affect our ability to safeguard our community. I know the citizens of Nottoway County rely and trust their care after many years of diligent service. Burkeville EMS is an integral part of the emergency care umbrella provided to the county by them and Nottoway County Emergency Squad. Losing one will affect everyone in Nottoway County. I would also like to note that with the loss of the funding to Burkeville EMS, I believe they would be unable to continue to support the drug program that they currently have. Those medications are instrumental in care for the patients that they serve. Without funding, that program would be unsupported and the medications currently present would have to be destroyed. The medications currently available would not be able to be moved to other agencies. This would be detrimental to the care of those in Burkeville and its environs. I do believe that the goal of this plan is made with best intentions. The ultimate goal is to continue to provide 3 ambulances to the county to provide care to our citizens. I fear this plan is driven by monetary concerns, and I do not think that all of those who have information about emergency care in the county have been involved in this planning. I will note that as the OMD, I have tried to focus on the medical aspects of working with the agencies in Nottoway, but I myself, again, only first heard about this major shift in plans 2 weeks ago, and not from a county administrator or from Burkeville Volunteer Fire and EMS either. I believe that in order to care for the people of Nottoway, having both Burkeville EMS and Nottoway County Emergency Squad is essential. Losing either would have significant effects on our ability to provide care. I implore you to reconsider this, and if you want to explore further, please bring everyone who would be involved in a change like this together and have a discussion full first. As I said, I believe that much of the reason why this is happening is a monetary concern. Do not let fears of this cause us to make rash decisions that affect everyone in Nottoway County. I do greatly appreciate your attention and consideration. Thank you all for your time. Sincerely, Dr. William B. Eggleston III, MD, OMD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is our last speaker. Was there anybody that missed the sign-up sheet that wishes to speak? What's your name?
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Dennis Petrocelli. I am the Chief Medical Officer at Piedmont Geriatric Hospital. I just wanted to speak on behalf of Burkeville EMS. As you know, we have 123 geriatric patients from around the state at Piedmont, and we are entirely dependent on Burkeville's ability to transport them to the hospital when necessary. I would hope that you would fund them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for speaking. Does the board would the board like to have some discussion after this? I mean, we're finished with delegations to the public.
Oh, yeah.
Would any board members like to discuss what we've
Oh,
heard?
yeah.
All right, we'll be civil.
Yes, sir.
We'll
I'm a
take
civil
turns, okay?
type man. Can I go first, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
So, I didn't find, and I heard, I can't remember which one say that, I think how they worded it was that they had heard of, or overheard, that we had, I think that was you, Councilman, that had overheard us, that we had a meeting regarding the funding to the Burkeville EMS. And that assumption is correct. It didn't take long for that to get out after in the meetings that we had, much to my surprise. But on our agenda, there wasn't anything listed in here about Burkeville EMS. And a couple of y'all did say, speakers being y'all, that that it wasn't on the agenda, and it's not in the old business, and it's not in new business. So I was greatly surprised to see y'all here, to be honest. Chief Shute, you made the statement and said that that the recovery money was used to fund, and just correct me if I'm wrong, one full-time ambulance and his staff. Is that what you said? The $350,000 or $300,000 to $400,000 in recovery money?
No, the $350,000 to $400,000 recovery money is used to operate the EMS program at no additional cost to the taxpayers.
Used to operate the EMS program, but you said to operate as in the way of having an ambulance and staff, correct?
No.
Oh, you didn't say that?
I did not say that.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I'm glad I asked you for clarification.
Staffing is provided by the county to the town of Burkeville, who has the employees which staff our ambulances. You know, our goal and what we presented in January was to, the county would pay the payroll for the cross-trained firefighter EMTs, which we need regardless of whether we do EMS or not. And we were gonna take the revenue recovery money and operate the system. The system being the capital outlay, the operating costs, the drug box programs, and everything associated.
So you, not to interrupt you, sir, but you said you would need the funding to operate even without the EMS within the fire department. Is that what you just said?
Yes, sir, when y'all requested the 24/7, ambulance, we were already paying as much payroll as we could pay the staff. So, in the process of asking the county for the payroll, we had told y'all that all of our EMS money that we currently get, with the exception of the, equipment reimbursement for the, the same as what the fire trucks were, except we're applying it to the last ambulance we bought. So.
Are you speaking of the annual $150,000?
Chief, you want to come up to the mic? So we just got a text that can't hear it. So,
Okay.
all right, thank you, sir.
So, when we negotiated for the payroll, or we asked for the payroll, we asked for that because, like all the other fire departments, we're gonna need firefighters in the future. We're already there. We were already there before we got there, because there's not, without the paid support, there's not enough volunteers to actually run the program without them. So when you all asked for the 24/7 ambulance, we said, well, we got to have the people anyway, so we will run a cross-train program exactly as we've been doing, because we were providing some payroll before that, and all of our firefighter EMTs were cross-trained. So in exchange for the county helping to fund that, all of our EMS specific money that we were getting is going to go to that payroll. So, and we were going to run the program, and this one hangs on me because I help them do their books, and I have run this part of it for a long time, and I felt like that if Nottoway County provided the payroll, that we probably could take the revenue recovery and fund the ambulance program itself, which includes the capital outlay and the operating cost. Because
Less the staff.
less the staff, y'all are
Okay.
paying the payroll.
Okay.
I have one, I'd like a point of clarification.
Okay.
So several months ago, you did talk about consolidating down to 3 stations.
I did. When
And so
I,
we started exploring those options. Were you considering that NCES, those buildings would close and everything
no,
would go
sir,
into fire
I
stations?
said that we would be tasked with repurposing our efforts.
So you had no specific idea, you just were going from 5 to 3 to reduce costs?
Oh, I do have specific ideas. I'd be glad to sit down with anybody and share my
That's,
experience with you.
we'll be doing that over the next several months.
Okay.
All right.
And yeah, I mean,
Chief, was you aware of a state study done, I think, in 2021 regarding the fire and EMS?
absolutely, I was there, and I was actually interviewed by the committee.
Okay.
They did not take the EMS program into consideration at all. I ended up calling the liaison for the government for their internal affairs,
Uh-huh.
and I eat him up. Because nowhere in that study says that we should be a substation of another fire department. That's ridiculous. We were already providing services well beyond, we provide fire protection, we provide rescue services for vehicle extrication and farm machinery extrication. We provide EMS services in addition to public services for people that fall in the floor, need their blood pressure checked, or whatever else there may be.
In that same study, it said that at that time, that the Nottoway EMS answered 95% of the emergency 911 calls. And that
That was incorrect.
that may have been true at that time, I don't know.
No, it was not.
I know
true
it's
at
not
that
that,
time.
not true like that anymore.
It was not true even at that time.
So they did an incomplete survey that was,
They did a fire study. They did not do a fire and EMS study.
okay.
Mr. Chairman, can I get a point of clarification myself? if you
Yes,
don't mind?
yes.
So I went to the meeting, it was Monday night, and when I brought up that golden cow thing, I thought I was gonna get thrown out the firehouse, but point of clarification. I heard three revenue recovery. Does Burkeville EMS get $350,000 for a year of revenue recovery, or is it mostly around 155 or 150?
No, that 360,000 was supposed to be for the state facilities. We don't get $350,000 from the state facilities. At the time when a lot of this was going on, we were getting 130,000, and we get approximately 150,000 today
From the state facilities in the way of recovery.
from the state facilities in the way of recovery.
Just so, and we talked about the $150,000 as you came up. That $150,000 that y'all get annually within your department, what are those funds used for? Just for the public's knowledge?
What we were getting for
Around December the 11th?
You're talking about the county payments that each
county
station gets?
payments for the EMS.
Is that specifically used for fire, or is it fire and EMS, since y'all are crossed?
Well, we have it separated based on the funds you give us. You were giving us $113,450 for fire, and we were getting $85,000 for EMS. Now, I have, the exact breakdowns. I'm doing this off the top of my head right now.
That's fine.
And so when we were pushing for the payroll, which we desperately needed, because you see these people in here, a lot of faces you don't recognize. Everybody here that's paid, hold your hand up, please. Okay. That is, we have, Chief, help me. How many do we have? We have 14? 2 of them just left. Okay. So, and then we have, I believe it's 7 volunteers that live in the first due. We have 25 volunteers total. We had opened up our membership across the county, and we also have some people that come in and pull shifts from other counties and don't charge us anything. So right now, in the first due, there is 7 active members. 5 of those members are between 60 years old and 75. 4, excuse me. So, you know, we have a very good program. The response times cannot be matched by anyone, as Mr. Eustace said. In the first due, which is 100 square miles, we're on scene 69% of the time in less than 10 minutes. There is nobody in this county of any agency that probably matches that.
I got one final question, Mr. Chairman.
That'll be your last one, Mr.
Yep,
Stokes.
that's right, and then I'm gonna pass the torch to Mr. Rourke. If Nottoway requested you to match a proposal of the way of funding that it would cost the Nottoway EMS, the Nottoway County Board of Supervisors, asked you to match a proposal to match the current EMS where we're funding them, could Burkeville still operate its EMS, and if so, for how long?
Match.
He doesn't
Fund-
have
fund-
he doesn't
funding.
have that number.
Okay, so could you do it for $25,000?
What? Right in?
Point of clarification, Nottoway Rescue does not have VRS. Y'all are aware of that.
Right, yeah, we are.
Nottoway Rescue does not have the same insurance that's on Burkeville.
I understand.
The coverage is nowhere near the same, the county doesn't have.
Which that makes more employer friendly. But my question is, could y'all operate for $25,000 with your recovery and $150,000 given to December 11th?
All right, that's your final question, Mr.
All
Stokes.
respect,
Go ahead.
Chief, let me interject there. Currently with fire and payroll support from Nottoway County, it is roughly $58,250 a month. And that provides fire protection, it provides rescue services, it provides ambulance service, and it provides public service. And this has been going on for 118 years with very little contribution from Nottoway County. I can remember when it was all first started, and I don't have the exact figures.
Mr. Shute, you ain't 118 years old?
I am not.
Talking about funding from the county.
Oh.
This program has been, Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department has been around for 118 years.
All right, Mr.
24
Rourke,
years ago, and I'm not gonna pick on anybody, we could not get an ambulance into the western portion of the county. We were refused. So, we put an ambulance in. And in 24 years since that time, when y'all first started giving us EMS money, you were giving us $6,000 a year. And we were doing the best we could do. And up until you started paying the payroll, we were still doing the best we could do. But, you know, we paid, the last year that we had payroll, between payroll, taxes, and other costs, we paid almost $400,000 in payroll. So, we still want to provide the services. I wholeheartedly agree that Nottoway County Emergency Squad needs 3 ambulances. You know why? Because they have 2 ambulances today, and they're doing this all day long, crisscrossing the county back and forth. We do the same thing, and they will never get a good response time until they can put 2 ambulances in Blackstone and 1 in Crook. And for absolutely no extra money besides paying the payroll for the firefighter EMTs in Burkeville, which you're gonna have to pay anyway, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, or tomorrow. You're gonna have to pay that. Well, in addition, the community gets a full-time ambulance and a surge ambulance. Now, what is a surge ambulance? Well, the state recommends.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
this was time for some board discussion, so I wanted Mr. Rourke to ask a question if he
Okay.
had any.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Can I clarify, back to those, won't take me but 15 seconds. You asked the question, let me come up.
Come up to the podium.
Thank y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you, Chief.
You asked if we could match. The point was not a shot across the bow at the rescue squad, but how could you expect me to compare his cost to my cost or their cost to our cost?
Without knowing.
Right, one, without knowing, and two, without comparing the exact same benefit plans. I think they run a 401K, is that correct? Some sort of 401K. So his rate is gonna be completely different than what the state tells the town of Burkeville, 5.15%? You see what I mean? So it's not even fair to compare those two benefits.
We're not comparing apples to apples, Mr. Taylor.
Then the
Thank you, Mr.
insurance
Welch.
is nowhere near.
But we just recently changed that to Burkeville, but go ahead, Mr. Rowe.
Thank you, Mr. Welch. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mr. Tucker. Mr. Roy.
Chairman, I want to speak too when Mr. Rowe gets through.
Yes, sir.
All right, so, Mr. Chairman, board members and public, first of all, I want to thank Chief Shute, Mr. Cummins, Mayor, Mr. Reynolds. I missed my conversation with my pastor, and that's inexcusable on two fronts, but nonetheless, I really appreciate all the time and conversations we've been able to have, even though some of them was quick tonight. But I have some serious concerns. I don't always say things politically correct. You all should not even be in this room tonight. And I tell you why. Because you were misinformed. Nottoway County had a meeting to sit down, had the same conversation with Burkeville first, Nottoway second, about who could potentially do what. That quickly escalated into, we're going to snatch your funding. There was no proposal. No proposal. I've asked, is there a proposal? There was never a proposal. There was questions asked. Any elected official, one of their first tasks, health, safety, and welfare, but second, it's going to absolutely be being good stewards of the taxpayers' money. And when you mix both of those, it can be problematic. But at no time has anybody on this board had a conversation with Nottoway or Burkeville to say it's going to do something that is going to hurt the response time of the citizens. We wanted to know what we could do because that is our job as elected officials. Ask questions all the time, be as respectful of the taxpayers' money, but make sure the services are. It is clear to me that there's some toxicity coming out, and it's very unfortunate. Some of the stuff that's been said, it's this shouldn't even be going on tonight. There's been some fear-mongering. When we were in our meeting, Mr. Chairman, with Burkeville, it was stated, can y'all do 3 units? They said, no, we cannot do 3 units. We can do 2 if you give us 44.5. Minutes later, it said, we could probably do it for 40. You heard that, you heard that, I heard that. That is a $9,000 difference a month off cuff, $108,000 for the year. That is concerning when you make an offer for something like that and you don't know your numbers that the taxpayers are paying. But then you fearmonger the public, ask for claim that there's proposals and there's been none. The other thing is, if you could do it for 40, we need to ask for that 45 that we're currently giving back then. That was stated. Y'all heard it. And we were also told in that meeting, hands down, that the grants to Burkeville were denied because they were sitting on over $3 million. Did you and you not hear the same thing? That is exactly what happened in that. And as the good doctor said, when Ms. Caleb was kind enough to read his letter about that we should all be in the same room, and that suggestion was made, if y'all recall. I asked Burkeville, I asked Nottoway during the 2 different meetings, can we get it in the same room? And I'm going to use your term, Mr. Shute, with diplomacy and have some conversations. Nottoway said, absolutely. Burkeville never answered us. Did you hear them say, yes, let's get in the room? The only thing that was responded to with that was Ms. West said, yes, we need to work together. That was it. But this whole thing comes down to, number one, health, safety, and welfare. That is not going to suffer under anybody's tutelage here. The next thing is going to be, we are absolutely going to do what is most fiscally responsible for the citizens of Nottoway County, period, all of them, from one end to the other. That is not going to suffer. That means, hell, I spearheaded the levies. So don't go out in public and say that this board with 2 members and the county administrator was going to take anything from Burkeville. That was never said. It was false information, and shame on the individual that did that, because that is absolutely false. Absolutely false. And the other thing that needs to be brought to bear here is the toxicity that is coming out of that department, where we are getting the pictures. We are getting the pictures of members that are making foul, I mean foul, racist comments on Facebook, and the chief likes the post. So let's talk about that.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I think Mr. Ingram.
We're going to go ahead with Mr. Ingram.
Thank you, Mr. Rourke.
Thank you,
This
Mr.
is the
Rourke.
problem we got right now. People take things that's said on Facebook at face value. And I mean, just forget about that. We're here to work for the citizens of the county, and this is my department. This is in my district. I couldn't go to the meeting Monday night, but I support Burkeville. Here's me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This has been going on for over 20 years in the town of Burkeville and with the Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department. They cover a lot. Look, I had to go see my brother in the nursing home today, coming back from Farmville. I said, okay, when I cross the county line, I'm gonna measure how far it is to Burkeville from the county line, 3 miles, a little over 3 miles. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go on down to the Nottoway County Emergency Squad, almost 9 miles. And that's going through the town of Crew. So think about response time. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me that we're arguing about this.
Right.
We are here to serve the citizens of the county. I'm gonna back up the folks in my end of the county. They're my district. And this Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department's been working for over 20 years. And you don't mess with something that's working. I don't understand this. This is, you know, what are you gonna do? Save a few dollars? Remember, penny wise and pound foolish. And that's what you're talking about. Because you got a system up there that works. It helps the citizens in that end of the county, my end of the county, and I want to see it stay that way. And I don't want to see Burkeville lose EMS. It should not lose EMS. Because of what they've been providing for this many years, it works. Don't start talking about this and that and the other. And what somebody said doesn't amount a hill of peas to me. What matters to me is what's being done in this town with this department. If this department's doing what they're supposed to be doing, we need to leave them alone. We will fund them up to what we can afford. But I mean, you know, don't start throwing out accusations and somebody said something on Facebook. That's a bunch of crap, excuse my French. I mean, I'm tired of that. I'm really tired of that. I'm done, Mr. Chairman. And I will not vote to defund Burkeville.
Okay, that's going to be it for
You got anything to say, Mr.
delegations from
Chairman?
public.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Rourke.
All right, there's one point of clarification that I need to make. This board needs to understand. I just want to ask the chief, does he still stand firm on the fact, in his own professional opinion, in his capacity, does he believe the county's emergency services coordinator is a effing liar? His words, not mine, to these board members.
Hit it,
All right.
Bill, hit it.
Mr. Rourke, we're finished with this part of the program this evening. We're going to go.
I'll speak with all of you individually. I'm not going to go up and make a mockery of this situation.
Thank you, Mr. Welch.
Professional, I'll be happy to talk to you one-on-one.
Appreciate that, Chief Welch. All right, we got presentations. None tonight. We got G, department reports. We got VDOT here. Okay. All right.
We got public.
Oh, we do have a public hearing, I'm sorry. We canceled one. E2. E1 is canceled, zoning ordinance text amendment, waivers for setbacks, so that's going to be next meeting. We do have a public hearing for rezoning JCO's property. You want to open that one for us, or
Okay,
tell us
thank
about it,
you.
Mr. Zodi?
Okay, so the Planning Commission held a meeting, a public hearing meeting on August 18th and down the EOC. This item that we're going to discuss tonight is for tax member 43-42. It's located on Darville's Road. It's currently zoned general business, and the new property owner, Chris Kozlowski, who's a Blacksburg resident, has requested.
Excuse me, Mr. Zodi.
Sure.
We can't hear you
We
'cause
can't hear you, we have people talking in the audience.
Okay, sorry, I'll do this. The lot, 4 acres at 1200 Darville's Road is currently zoned general business, and they wish to go to.
Just go ahead and pause for a second, sir.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Doug.
Okay, this property is located at 1200 Darville's Road, and it's, like I said, it's currently zoned general business, but they want to rezone the property to light industrial. Light industrial will allow them some basic manufacturing. I was erroneous in my statement to the Planning Commission the other night, and when I said they're going to tear it down, they're going to keep it and just do some interior renovations. So I apologize to the applicant, Mr. Kozlowski, for my misstatement. This property is in the industrial future land use category, and staff received no phone calls, no emails, anything of the sort, nor the public spoke at our public hearing regarding this. Bev Ams did mention something about it when the Planning Commission was questioning the applicant. So with that, the Planning Commission made a motion to approve with by a vote of 8-0. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I'll take a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, public hearing is open. There was nobody on the sign-up sheet. Is there anyone that wishes to speak in regards to this motion, this matter? Okay.
I'm squeezing in there.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Really, I think we've already talked about what our plans are. We're currently in the warehouse, and so our plans to move our business over there.
This is
We're
better,
continuing with
better
the
building, better space.
better building, AC, heat. We're struggling a little bit in that warehouse, and yeah, this is our plan. And again, the only thing we'll be doing is we will be taking out the bowling alley.
Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate you coming to Nottoway County and having your business here.
Thank you.
Certainly we do.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So
I see
moved.
no one else.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any board discussion? I'll take a motion to approve the conditional rezoning request, tax map 43-42.
I so move. I'll second. I'll second, Mr. Ingram.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Rezoning is approved, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kozlowski.
There we go. Good be done.
Now we're moving on. I got all out of sorts.
Okay. There's no presentations tonight.
No presentations. Now we're going to have VDOT. And Mr. French has moved on.
Mr. French is now our Southern Region Construction Engineer.
All right. That means he probably got a pay raise.
I hope so.
I do too.
We all like raises, right? He is taking on a lot more responsibility, so I hope he did get compensated accordingly. Don't have a whole lot on the report for you tonight. Darville's roundabout, we did get good bids. We are in the process of issuing a notice of intent to award. So essentially, we're telling them they got the job, but we don't have a contract yet. Williamson Road, basically, we finished up the rural rustic on that. We've acquired an easement from a property owner out there so that we can construct a turnaround, and there also is some board action to abandon a portion of that road that will come for you as soon as we get all that put together. And the residency is currently mowing our primaries. That's all I have for the board, unless you have some more questions.
I just want to ask, did you ride down 49 like I asked you to?
I passed that information along to my area headquarters, and he has ridden the road, and I know that they said there was some issues before the bridge where we had been doing some work with one of our contractors that needed some remedying, so I believe they're planning on doing some things on that.
Excellent, thank you.
I got a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Deep Creek Road, there's a resident that lives there that said that there's, for some times, there's been a nasty looking film in the water there, almost like it's coming from upstream somewhere. Could someone look at that?
That'd be DEQ, wouldn't it?
Could be, but they would need to notify them because it's under y'all's, going through your pipe, your bridge.
Okay, so on Deep Creek Road, can you be a little more specific as to where on Deep
I
Creek
would
Road?
say it's probably approximately a mile off of Babel Road onto Deep Creek.
Yeah, I think that's the only bridge between that one and the intersection up there.
Was it an oily sheen, or what makes you suspect that there's?
He said it looks oily looking. Okay. I've not ridden over there. I aimed on doing that. And the next question would be, I'd never even would mention that to you if I knew who our superintendent was. Our old one is gone, I understand.
Yes, sir. Well, we'd be happy to provide the board that information if you'd like it.
We would love it.
I'll make sure that we
I
pass that
texted the
along.
old one along about 2 months ago, and I think he said he'd been gone for about 2 months.
Oh, I'm the superintendent here. I had, Mr. Scott Thornton is gonna be our new,
He's our resident administrator.
but you're talking about up here, right? I apologize, yeah.
Blake Shelton is our area headquarters superintendent for the Nottoway area headquarters.
Blake
But
Shelton.
When it comes to.
I believe that's his last name. I'll have to
That
look
sound
at
like
that,
a
but
confused
I'll
thing.
make sure that we relay that
I got
information
one
to the
thing too,
board.
Mr. Chairman.
When it comes to the street signs, do you guys inspect, do you wait for somebody to call and say this sign is hard to read or not
If it
reflective?
has a name on it, sir, it's not ours. That's a county responsibility.
Oh, okay.
We only put the numbers
You
up.
just put numbers up. Okay.
911 and county
Interesting.
naming is responsible for anything related to a street naming sign. We don't have any responsibility in that area, sir.
Okay,
I got one more thing. Oh, look, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Mr. Henson, Dickie Ingram and I, and I'm glad some of the Burkeville citizens are here because they may know what I'm talking about.
Right.
There's on Dutchtown Road, as you first go on there, there's trucks come down there out of they come out of Luckstone, but I think they asphalt company. I can't think of the name.
Colony.
I
Colony.
thought of it.
Anyway, as they come out, and this may not be able to do anything because that would be a private road, right? But they come down and they won't stop. And I think a truck, one of the Dutchtown, they had an accident not too long ago. And according to a couple of the citizens, they said there's a lot of near misses because the trucks are moving. They're trying to shift gears and keep the momentum going, so they go up the hill to the stop sign. I guess I don't know.
Well, I could make a recommendation. I mean, it's required by state law to stop from a commercial property before you enter into a state right-of-way, so you could potentially station some police officials out there to maybe assist
So you
with
can't
that
really
issue.
put a stop sign because it's a private property, right?
It's supposed to have a stop sign on a commercial entrance, sir, but by
Well, it's not,
by
one's not,
statute,
There's not
one's
one
not
there.
there.
I can request that they put up a stop sign.
Yeah. If you would do that, Ms. Henson, I
Could
think.
we also potentially think about putting truck center and highway on each side of that entry point there? You know,
I
where
think that's a possibility.
Yeah, it
So
definitely
you know
need
exactly
that.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I talked to
And
Strawberry.
some of it is because the weeds are growing up so bad and they need to cut, but I get it. But I can see those drivers, they're trying to keep that momentum going, you know.
Yeah, kind of like what we did at the dumpster site down there on Babel Road. We put, cautious traffic in on the highway and stuff like that.
That would be they would be very grateful out there on Dutchtown for that one.
All right, sir, I'll make sure
Thank
that
you,
we
Mr.
relay
Henson.
this information to my superior, and we'll get you the contact information.
Yeah, if
for our
any
area
questions,
headquarters.
I'll meet them out there if anything I need to do, okay? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Henson.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. We certainly enjoyed having Mr. French. He was good, he was a great employee for
Absolutely.
you.
Good fellow.
Yep, good fellow. We certainly enjoyed having Mr. French as our rep. He did a great job for us.
I would second that. We're gonna miss him ourselves.
Yeah.
He's in our still building. He's just got another role now.
All right.
We get to introduce you to another friendly face.
Okay, good.
As soon
Thank
as
you,
we
sir.
hire that person. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, Mr. Bowen will run through a couple here. I think the
Yeah,
next
just-
one, the next one's going to be Dr. Martin.
I think
Do
you
we
would
have
be.
anybody else?
I got a call from Social Services Director today.
Yes.
Okay, she's after,
She talked
she's number 8. School
Yeah.
board's number 7.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
Let me back up. Yeah, it is a little bit more now because it came to the last minute. Nottoway County Public Library, Jackie.
You come on up, Dr. Martin.
I'm gonna take my time now. So let me do Jackie real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then we'll get to the school board. Sorry, Dr. Martin. No, I'm not. That They wanted to read this out loud because this person put so much time in it. And the staff and trustees of the library, past and present, would like to thank Sheila Harper for her 12 years of dedicated service on the library system board. Ever since being appointed September 18, 2014, Sheila has generously given all her time, energy, and talent in support for the library and its mission to serve Nottoway community. We are deeply grateful for the leadership and guidance she has demonstrated, as well as her unwavering commitment to support the individual's freedom to read and the Library Bill of Rights. Beyond the meetings attended and the votes cast, Sheila gave us something even more valuable, her passion for libraries and literacy. And although her time on the library board has officially come to an end, we are overjoyed that Sheila continues to be involved in the literacy program as it approaches its 40th anniversary, and we look forward to working with her in the coming years. So they just felt like that she put so much time in it and just wanted to give it time. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay.
Dr. Martin? First day of school, passed?
First day of school has passed.
Okay.
We're up and running. So good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board,
Good evening.
Mr. Bowen. Just a couple of things. School has opened on Wednesday. We were excited to welcome our students back. Last week we were able to welcome our staff back. We had staff convocation last week. Thank you to Mr. Collins for attending and offering some words of encouragement. I did share with him that I was not going to talk about Marcus right now. I was moving on to Shelby next year.
Shelby's going to need some assistance.
Yes, yes, it's Marcus's sister Shelby next year. But I do want to say the HVAC is up and running at Crew.
Is it cooling?
It is cooling.
Okay.
Had a slight scare today when I was told there was a water leak, and I said, oh my goodness, not in this. But it was a pipe in a bathroom that we had to fix, so I feel much better about that. But up and running, everything is going. Not going to say we don't have a few hiccups, as always, with buses and other things on the first day of school, making sure we get people to the right place. But I do work with a very dedicated staff across the school division, and I am excited to work with them. I was excited yesterday to see children happy to be there and come back into the school. Happy parents dropping a lot of them off, too, after summer break. Maybe a few tears along the way, but probably a lot of joys, too, that maybe their grocery bill went down just a little bit yesterday.
Will the contractors they still have work to do through the fall, don't they?
They do. They have some work to do. They're actually going to start September 8th and 9th to finish cleaning the ductwork that's in there, and they will take precautions to ensure that it's all covered as they clean.
So you're able to coordinate with the students and the contractors?
Yes, we were able to work that out for them to do that. The roof project at the high school, which was part of the EERE grant, was delayed because of some of the storms that we've had, but they are slated to be finished up hopefully by the first of the week there, so we won't have as many leaks in the high school building. But I do want to say thank you for the continued support of the school division, and we look forward to a good year, so thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. 'Cause you probably said it, and I won't paying attention.
You weren't paying attention.
Well,
Did you have
John
your
was
cell phone out?
pointing,
It's
no, he was
bell
pointing at potato sitting over there, which I don't know how that got there, and that's not important. But this is important. Did you get the $1 million grant for the HVAC? Do you know anything?
We're still waiting.
Man, we need that.
Application's in.
The application was submitted on time, and we did verify with them that there was nothing else that they needed for us, and we were told that it looked good. Everything was there. We are waiting to hear back the award or
Yeah, and I brought it up. We got, I think, a payment from Heller this week about $1 million to pay $1 million for the HVAC system, like the loan. But I just wanted to put the board. I mean, we're really dependent on that, Mr. Chairman, and I know the school system is too.
Yeah, we heard originally like late August. Well, that's
we're coming up.
It's approaching August, September. So we're hoping to hear any time now for that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
And then social services.
Yes, sir. As I said, I got a call from Ms. Reed this afternoon. Number one, I think the chairmanship of their committee or whatever is up again, and they're very satisfied with who they have, Mr. Ronnie Scruggs, and would like for him to continue to be chairman.
We have a letter here that they've requested me to sign.
Right.
Is the board supportive of continuing with Chairman Ronald Scruggs?
Ronald Scruggs.
And the pass-through stipend I believe this is state supported, it's $200.
It is.
It's coming up a little bit, I guess.
Right, I think they're trying to give a little bit more to the chairman.
So that is, but that is out of the state budget.
Yeah, that's the state budget, nothing local.
That's right, John, let me back off. You're a member of that committee, so I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't believe I need a vote. Is everybody in consensus that they're happy with me signing this letter on behalf?
We can sign it, but we do need a vote to reappoint him for a third term.
You have to do a vote?
Yes.
Okay, I'd take a motion to reappoint Chairman Ronald Scruggs to serve on the Nottoway County Social Services Board.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we've got a 4-0.
All right, Mr. Chairman, is that all you got on that, Mr. Ingram?
Well, you know what I'm,
Yeah, well, go ahead, go and get started then, because she came to you about the bonus, right?
yeah, Ms. Reed was very concerned about the 2% bonus that the state, I guess the comp board wants them to have. She said she's already lost 2 people and getting ready to lose a third, and she's very concerned about the expense that they have when they hire somebody else, all the training they have to go through. So they would like to have some kind of incentive to keep people and not let them leave.
Yeah. And that 2% bonus, I believe, was roughly between $3,500 and $4,000. But and in years past, social services, they've got that local line item of $4,000. They've been returning that. We've been getting that back, and most of the time it's been the full $4,000. So they've been very wise and very cautious with their spending and everything. And talking with the board members we met on Tuesday, they were all in support of doing this, and that's the reason why it's over here with us now. And I support this knowing that this money that we're going to give them will be allocated, but it's probably going to basically zero itself out with that other return that they're going to give us. So I don't think when the numbers finish up at the end of the year, I don't think it's going to look like any increase at all.
To their budget.
That's right.
You're going to treat every department the same, Mr. Rourke?
We only got social services in front of us right now, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Yes, sir, the sheriff's office is too. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, so we had the ordinance in front of you last month, or maybe, yeah, and you turned it down. First of all, you got to have an ordinance approved. Ms. Carter has made that clear.
Right.
And so, I mean, we can revisit, if you bring the sheriffs up, I'm just saying, if you're going back, it won't cost anything with the social services, but other departments with comp board, it will cost, correct? Ms. Carter, just shake your head, yes, I think I was right on that.
And that was the reason why I did support this, because there was a balance of it. There was a return, and it's basically less than
return.
Well, let me get one thing, let me clarify something. And people get on me all the time as county administrator, so I need to clarify it.
Oh, yeah?
It's still state taxes.
Yeah.
That you pay. The grant money that we're talking about with Dr. Martin is still your tax money, okay? So we keep thinking it's free money, but it's still taxes, okay? I just want to say that because people get on me all the time about that.
But if they don't spend it on something good, they're gonna spend it on something.
Oh, yeah,
else.
I'm not.
They're not gonna reduce the taxes that they're collecting off of them. Right? But it is still tax dollar.
Had a couple $1 billion surplus, didn't they? I think $3 billion.
Well, what I need from you, if you want to consider this, I need you to reconsider. We have to actually put an advertisement out for an ordinance, and then so we can vote on it again.
And the total cost on the county side for the bonus after the reimbursement was
70-some thousand.
74, 75, 9, something like that.
I think that's about right. For everybody.
So I think with the sheriff, help me out. You got some deputies who are not covered by the comp board, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you also have the SRO officers that's not covered by them.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what about if you've got an officer over there that's not on the comp board, that's doing just as much or more work out there? It ain't really fair to him that the one that's playing tic-tac-toe. Exactly. All right, I just wanted to clarify your thought on that.
Well, that's a little over half a penny.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarification, is this separate from that,
I thought it was too, John, but I thought it was.
Okay.
It don't sound like it is.
But I leaned to Ms. Carter on that one, and she said, no, it's not.
it's not, all right, because
So
I
y'all
thought
talking
it's
about 5,000, now going to
I mean, I thought it
74,000.
did. I thought we didn't have to have an ordinance, and she said, no, it's
If you're gonna
still.
treat everybody the same.
That's what I'm saying.
And if we have ever passed a bonus before without an ordinance, we didn't do it in the right procedure.
Right.
Anyway.
Is the department gonna lack if they don't get the $4,500?
Her concern that she expressed to me was they lose people.
How many people are in that department?
I have no idea.
About, right now, currently 21, I believe.
They can't allocate the funds
4,500
from 21 is
you gonna leave?
215.
You gonna leave your job over?
250, you was gonna leave anyhow. If you leave your job for $215, you was going down the road anyway, a year. We ain't talking about no week or month.
And see, right now, what they're doing is they have people that are traveling further, and, you know,
You
we've.
said they was returning some money to us. Can't they reallocate that money and keep it and do it?
That's what I asked. They were looking into that in case we were unable to move that, so that
I
is
think
an
if we
option.
move it, we gotta go open the whole can back up for the 74,000.
Sounds like it.
We'll have that conversation with her tomorrow.
Okay.
And see what she wants to do, and then, because of course, we can address it again at the work session or something, or either get that.
If it is, I can put it back on the
Advertisement
agenda
now.
for the work session.
Yes.
Because you got September 30th, I think, to get it done.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Greg Zodi, Planning and Economic Development.
Yes, sir. Three things, well, four things. Happy birthday, Mr. Bone. You don't look a day over 63.
Whatever.
I didn't know it was your birthday, old fella, young fella.
Balloons and cake.
But the other things are, number one, I do have an economic development meeting on Monday with a local business owner who wants to expand. And then I also have three other leads that I'm following up with next week, people who've called inquiring about investing in the county. So I will talk to you all about that at a later date once I hear more. And lastly, the EDC, the Economic Development Committee meeting is next Thursday at 7 o'clock in the Emergency Operations Center.
Okay.
And I sent out a second agenda packet that has some updated information. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Mr. Zodi. Mr. Hyde. Emergency Services.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mr. Chair, members of the
board.
Thank you for,
Bowen.
thank you for assisting Blackstone with your contacts with the state.
Yes,
I
sir.
know last Thursday you said, what do I do? I said, you just do what you do. You make your phone calls, get these people moving, and you were able to do that. We really appreciate you going down there.
That's what it's all about. I'm kind of a resource, state resource. It's kind of in my cell phone, but I'm glad it worked out. It was a
It looked like they were about cleaned out today.
team effort with
They were done.
DEQ, and it is. They had a deadline today to have all perishables. They were going to come back and get shelving, I think, later. But I think the main thing DEQ wanted was perishables to be out. You've got me coming back again in a few minutes to talk about the radio project, and also we have a resolution to talk about with Summit Point. So individual topics, but right now while I'm at the podium, there's only two highlights on the report I gave you. Just wanted to let the public know that we had a really good meeting with all the EMS agencies on July 28th and it was mentioned earlier about protocols, and all the agencies came together with Dr. Eggleston. We had a really good meeting in the EOC. And again, all four agencies were able to weigh in, but mainly just, we work under one protocol, Nottoway County EMS protocol. So that worked out really good, and we revised that. The second thing is on page 2 of my report, is that we met, Dr. Martin and I and her staff met, and I know I've mentioned it to some of you, about an MOA to use school buses whenever we need to evacuate. And we're working that now, and we're getting that in the final stages, and we'll do a legal review on it, have the county attorney look at it, and have their team look at it, and we hope to have that in place soon. What that'll do is allow all of our emergency responder agencies, all incident commanders that need transportation from an evacuation situation like Heritage Hall or Hickory Hill or a mass casualty incident of any kind, especially a bus rollover on 460 or 360, it allows us to have, no hesitation and a speedy deployment of school buses from Nottoway County Public Schools.
Mr. Hyde, have you checked with our insurance provider? Have you put in touch with Morgan to see if there's anything that needs to?
What are you talking about for?
If we're using Nottoway County school buses and picking up people that need to be evacuated,
No, I have
outside of.
I have not checked. In fact, not taking anything away from your report
Sure.
Buddy, but
Sure.
the question came up too about volunteers, like if a volunteer is volunteering, but they're covered by insurance with Morgan Quick, but if they get in a vehicle and they take a cat to get adopted somewhere and something happens, what happens with that, you know,
Well,
so.
we're still, I think they're still our volunteer, but certainly
Right.
ask that question too.
Right, okay.
Well, that's part of what we're
So
doing.
that's, yeah, so part
Sure.
of your review is
Correct,
check that
correct.
piece of
And-
it,
and Dr.
school,
Mark-
county,
Okay.
volunteer.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that, but.
Yeah, no problem. No, it's being covered. Dr. Martin, it was part of the conversation. I think they're looking at it through their transportation arrangement. And of course, all of their transportation directors part of this. And it's not just 2 people. I think we had 4 people at the table. And then we'll, eventually have more. But the legal will be on both ends. So we'll have that done. In the same line of work, the MOAs, I got a call from Hickory Hill. And of course, Mr. Tom Fairley, I do an annual review on their emergency plan, and not many changes from last year, but we have to sign off on it. And so I made the Burkeville Fire Chief aware that we were actually just talking to them. We were going to work on a MOA. We've already started that with Hickory Hill. And Hickory Hill, and actually the Burkeville Fire Chief was part of this because Chief Welch went to PGH. And the old agreement was that we would take residents of Hickory Hill to PGH. But there was a larger number, and that was an older number and a time in the past. Now they can take 10. So that's been revised. Thank you to Burkeville for that. On the as far as evacuation of a fire or something of that nature, we could take 10 to PGH, and the rest would go to Burkeville Elementary School, or any other shelter that we may have. But Burkeville Elementary School is the better fit because you're coming right off and coming down Lewiston Plank. So it's a short run down to Burkeville Elementary. So anyway, Mr. Fairley and I talked about that a little bit, and what we're doing is we drafted up an MOA for that. And that MOA will tie back to the one I just mentioned with the transportation of the public school system. So it allows that, and it actually references that MOA so that there's no questions asked. And we're going to do the same thing with Hickory Hill.
Okay.
But right now we're doing, I'm sorry, with Heritage Hall. But if I have any further questions while I'm here, I'm back in a few minutes.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Jennifer Carter, Finance. No, she's here.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members.
Good
Tonight, I just have a few revenue
Jennifer, let me get them that stuff, information passed out to them. Give them a second.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. You handed it to me and I didn't hand it to them.
Yeah, so it's just a summary of some revenue appropriations that I have for both fiscal year 26 and 27. So for fiscal year 26, the Nottoway County Sheriff's Office and Nottoway County Emergency Services received some grant funding, and the total of those grants is $167,807. So I do need an approval to appropriate that total to FY26.
Seek a motion at the request of Finance Director Jennifer Carter, $167,807.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 4-0.
The next is a anonymous donation that the library has received for $4,800, and that needs to be appropriated into their FY27 budget.
I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to move $4,800 into the FY27 budget for the library.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We thank you.
Who was the anonymous
Thank
donor? I didn't mean to ask that.
We thank the anonymous donor.
Yes, we do thank the
Certainly
anonymous donor.
appreciate supporting the community.
Yes.
Next, Nottoway County Treasurer's Office has received, Nottoway County has received into the Treasurer's Office, the ATL, or the Return to Localities Disbursements from the Virginia Department of Health, which is pass-through funding or for life for our 4 agencies, and the breakdown is given before you, and it is 40% to Burkeville and Nottoway Emergency Squad, and 10% to Blackstone and Crew. So I do need an approval for the pass-through funding to be given as presented into FY27.
Mr. Chairman, I make that motion.
Let's get the number. That's the 103.
Yes, sir.
103,963.97.
As stated.
It's actually $13,847.60.
We're on the wrong page.
Whoa.
We're on the wrong page.
As stated, Mr. Rourke said, so he caught his share.
I stated, I made my motion according to what she said.
We probably should have numbered them pages, and now I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's going to roll through it, I'm telling you.
That's it.
The last page in your packet.
I got it.
Got it in your packet, right. That's it right
That's
there.
your motion, John?
Yes, sir.
Approve those? I'll second it.
All in
Right.
favor? This is $13,847.60.
Yes.
In favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, passed, 4 up.
The last thing that you don't have in your packet.
Hey,
this is
point of
just-
clarification, what was that amount again?
13.
It was $13,847.60 for the return to localities.
That says 1,300.
No, she's totaled it up.
Look in the paragraph above.
Oh, I was looking beneath it, looking for the number.
There we go.
Okay. Very well. Carry on.
One thing that we actually received from Sands Anderson, the Virginia Wage Payment Act of Virginia was passed July 1st, which is Code Section 40.1-29 states that all public employers should pay their hourly workers twice a month. And so we have moved to that. So if you get any, I guess, comments from any employees that their pay has changed, this is why. So it is
So instead of every
state
2 weeks,
mandate.
it's twice a month, or?
Well, actually, some
the
of them were
states are
monthly.
once a
Yes.
once a month.
So some of them were being paid monthly, so
Okay.
it's now being moved, to a higher frequency. And that is all I have tonight for my report.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Clark.
Is every 2 weeks, twice monthly?
Sometimes,
Sometimes until you fall into 5 weekends in a month.
but then it depends on what day falls.
That's true. What month it is? 5 weeks in a month.
Could be.
That could be bi-weekly.
That'll mess you up.
All right, Mr. Chairman, trying to get you back on track here, G12, right?
Yes.
All right, Burkeville Elementary School, we, at our next work session, we have a proposal for a daycare center. And actually, in our comprehensive plan, that is one of our weaknesses, is a daycare center. And so, looking forward to meeting, for you meeting these ladies. It seems there's a strong need for the 3 state facilities there. A lot of single moms, you got DCBR, PGH, and DOC.
So
and
that's well located.
Yeah, well located where it's close to them, and they can bring their child by, and they're looking at keeping it, opening it up like 5 in the morning to 7 in the evening. So they love that area because it seems like it's very safe, and it's a nice playground area they got in the back. They're not looking for me to upgrade any kitchen. They just need refrigerators and let people bring their own food at first and see how to get them off the ground. And I did ask them.
Did Crew ever take any of that, or Burkeville take any of that playground equipment?
Yeah, but that's around there by the road. They don't feel real safe right there. They want to bring their own equipment and put it in the back a little bit. Anyway, but good question. But I told them to come to give you all a plan and let you hear it. And I asked them who did they contact? And I think Miss Dr. Jackie Green August had helped them out, trying to get them on their feet too. So anyway, but we'll see. Let's see the plan and see what happens. Okay.
Steve, I wanted to make a comment too. I think one of the things I saw, I can't think of the lady's name right now. She used to teach with me, but it's been a long time ago. With the basketball and wanted to do.
Oh, the camp, Medicine Crew.
No.
Oh.
They did volleyball and basketball.
The camp you're talking about.
Yeah, but she also talked about doing a bingo game in the gym.
Right.
You can get covers to go over the gym.
Yeah,
probably something we ought to have.
Well, and I had a question. This is something I need you to be aware of, and I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. I think some of these things, these requests I'm getting, I think they could have some of the stuff in the big cafeteria. The problem I'm having is early voting. Right. We've been letting them use that for early voting, that big area, and I'm wondering if we can get another smaller space for early voting and let that be kind of a neutral zone where different people use it. Right. Just like we got Walter Mack, who's right now holding our MREs for emergencies and our water, and we need to get it out of his shop. And that cafeteria is a good place to set it, but it's safe, and then we can go in there and get it if we have an emergency, that type of thing. And I just want to make sure that we haven't promised and said, hey, the cafeteria is your spot. When I started looking up voting, it's a voting precinct, it's the building itself. Right. So you would think I could put them like in a hallway or there or something.
You want to put them in a
room?
Yeah, we had the hallway situation during the construction, and that didn't work as well. They got it done.
Yeah.
But that's not ideal.
That's not ideal. But I got
a room or something that just the workers and the voter.
Yeah, I got you, yeah.
That's what they had with the hallway situation.
Well, down the hallway, we're talking about the daycare center, it's multiple areas and a FEMA has been used in one area, but I think we can work together and figure that out. I just want to use that cafeteria too, and not tear that floor up so bad.
Right, yeah.
So bad, you don't tear it up at all.
You don't tear it up at all.
You really ought to look at
the covers.
Getting the cover.
All right, okay, let me look at that then, okay.
Maybe the people that's gonna use it can help cost share the cost.
There you go, okay.
All right, G13, I was not able to attend the Regional Jail Authority. Mr. Bowen did attend and said that federal inmates were down a little bit,
Right.
which does affect our income, but we're just partway through the year.
Yeah, so nothing earth shattering with that right now.
All right, and then Mr. Bowen, Pickett Park, anything?
Not at this point, no.
Sheriff Jones is in the audience. Did you have anything, Sheriff?
No, sir. I heard that. Oh, he was thinking about it.
Think about it. All right, I don't see anybody else. Now we're going to go into unfinished business. Mr. Ingram, animal shelter's up and running. You want to talk? You had some volunteers.
Yes, sir. Volunteer program is really taking off. I got this report. Number of volunteers, this is from July 28th to August 18th. Number of volunteers is 25.
Wow.
23 active and 2 inactive, and she has 2 applicants she has not run through training yet. And this is amazing to me. The volunteer hours that have been worked are 83.45 hours. That's a big savings to the folks in the county. In some of the things they do, everybody thinks, well, they just walk a dog. No, they're helping clean, they're helping feed. They're doing all sorts of things up there that need to be done and taking a little load off of our county employees and time that they would have to do. So it's really working out, and the volunteer coordinator has done a great job. And I talked to 2 people. I asked them, I met them, and I knew they'd signed up to be volunteer. I said, do you go on work yet? No, I was waiting for school to start. So I'm thinking she's going to get some more once school has started.
It's pretty neat. We have an app. So you click on your app and log in when you get there, and then you log out when you're done. And that keeps track of the volunteer hours.
She keeps track of the volunteer hours through the app.
Yep. Mr. Chairman, I'm wondering if I take we put that on animal shelter because we were building it. Can we take that off of unfinished business, and then on the front we'll put animal control /shelter?
Yeah, put that on the department.
Trying to streamline some stuff. If that's all right.
That'd be fine.
All right.
It's up and running.
We'll take that off. Okay.
Mr. Zodi, anything on River Street? They send us some money?
Yeah, we get our money back.
I bet you ain't got a dime.
Well, the only thing I can report is that they've canceled our monthly meetings, which is never heard of. So, but on the other side, I do want to mention that Brightspeed's run lines down in front of the school and stuff, and that was part of the VATI 2023 project. It was going to hit the courthouse as well as going down further south on the U.S. Business 460. So that's really all I have, sir. I haven't heard a word from
Nothing from West Piedmont or?
No, sir.
Okay, so we're waiting.
Yes, sir.
All right. Public safety radio. Are we waiting for that, or are we going to do?
No, we're going to have to talk a little bit here.
All right. Come up, Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, again, good evening.
Yes.
And members of the public and staff. As far as the radio tower, I want to make an announcement tonight so that everyone will know, in the public and you as well. There's a lot of talk about the State Historic Preservation Office. Okay, we've gone through that approval, and that's taken place. So I'm going to read you just a couple notes real quick off of my phone here. Given the location of the new tower across the street from the historic courthouse, we were required to negotiate a memorandum of agreement with the State Historic Department. Once that was complete, then it was submitted to the FCC, Federal Communications Commission. That's where it's hung up, Federal Communications Commission, not at the Historic Preservation Office. So at this point, the FCC has to approve it, and we're waiting on that approval now, and CTA says we expect it any day. Well, any day is a tough statement. We've been saying that for a while. So we are dealing with the federal government, and keep in mind, we are dealing with shutdowns. We had 90-day shutdowns, multiple shutdowns. It's affected our grant programs. It's affected a lot.
Is CTA taking the lead on these things and being our advocate? They're very expensive.
Correct. CTA, we pay them, monthly as a consultant. They are running lead. They provide us with about a 1.5-page report every month with the bill that tells what they've done, and it's been increasing. I get that report, Mr. Bowen gets that report. We send it up with the invoice register. Again, it's a lot of activity going on, and that's part of it. The negotiations for tower leases, the negotiations for state historic preservation, you know, being able to work with them, and now working with FCC. We kind of have our hands a little bit tied with FCC because it goes up, and it's not like we're dealing with a local chapter like we were with historic. We're dealing with the Federal Communications Commission, which is overseeing all of our radio communications.
How far outside the schedule are we, or
So-
will we be?
Okay, so good question. Leading up to that, with the FCC, which we're waiting on approval of any day now, the old tower at the sheriff's office may not come down at all until we have approval of all of this, so that the guy wires and the main mast of this 180-foot tower back here cannot come down until we're able to put the tower across the street.
Until the tower's installed.
Correct, and I think the steel has not been ordered because they're waiting on the FCC approval, and so with that, it could take up to 10 to 12 weeks to get the steel that will allow us to erect the tower across the street. So we were looking at this several months ago, that it was a what if, that we would be pushed into December. Right now, we're gonna be probably pushed into at least November or December with that, which means we've missed our testing. And everyone in public has heard me say this, you have to test with full foliage on the trees. That's right now. If you look outside when you go home, or tomorrow, you won't see it tonight, but tomorrow, I mean, you notice the leaves are at their best.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start dropping off. So here's what we're looking at, 1 year from now. 1 year from now is pretty much gonna be when we do our acceptance test. We will be doing radio testing in June and July of 27. So you can go ahead, you know, take notes, anyone listening, that's kind of where we are. Even with the FCC approval coming at any time.
There was some initial tests done on this before the agreement was made, if I remember correctly, back in like, what was it, 20?
This is the new equipment to make sure that it's.
Yeah, that's what I
functional.
mean.
So they did some testing to say, okay, the tower needs to be here.
Right.
The tower needs to be there.
Correct.
And
But
that-
once they're up.
And that's what I was wondering, if there's any additional cost in this, can they go back to that information that was already provided in those initial tests?
No. It's because the foliage.
The foliage, and that's what I'm saying, they
Well,
did the
it's a
foliage
different-
down at the
It's a different
time.
test. Mr. Collins is right. What we had there was we were doing testing of percentage of coverage throughout Nottoway County in the
Right.
peaks and valleys. What we're doing here is testing the hardware.
Okay.
We're testing the actual
I
new
need
hardware.
I need you guys to understand what he just said.
Right.
10 months. English Construction wanted to start on the courthouse in January.
They want to start January 2027.
How much
Money do we have in that invested and borrowed that's costing interest to the county, buddy?
It's in the, it's actually paying us.
Yeah.
It's paying us the money, right? Until we can afford,
It's in
okay.
the SNAP account.
Yeah. And
So
you have more of them.
this is affecting the larger project as far as the timeline.
In the way of
You
the
can't do anything-
tower.
You can't move that tower till the other tower's up and running.
And the question,
That's where the courthouse is going.
and Mr. Chairman, the English has asked the question, we somehow relocate it temporarily and.
Temporarily? That's gonna cost a fortune.
Well, not only that, they're scared to unplug it. If you unplug it, the sheriff's shaking his head, you unplug it,
Right.
we don't know if the equipment gonna work again.
Well,
And then we don't have any radio.
Well, let me talk radios with you just a quick. On this tower out here, 180, his guy wires are going out into the floor plan, but the mast is sitting in the floor plan too, the main straight mast. But we have some Nottoway emergency squad equipment on top of that too. And we also have the sheriff, so the sheriff has several components up there. So we would paralyze our radio system, so they need to understand, the contractors need to
If
know
you can
that.
just work with our consultant, CTA, and let everyone know that this is where we are.
Right.
And post haste, no dawdling and slow.
Well, Mr. Chairman, let me also advise, whatever you're reading on that email, you need to forward that to Mr. Gary Elder and Catherine Douglas, because they're the ones who talks to the lawyer for the judge.
We do want a contract review from Catherine as far as schedule and timeline and delay. And see what we can hopefully recover, or if they start paying damages.
And that's something that Ms. Jiggets with CTA has been on top of, is looking at the Kenwood contract. because see, she's the middle person here with her company.
We'll have Ms. Diggett and Catherine have a conversation.
Right, we'll do that. And I think as far as, you know, we don't want to hear this information any more than you do. We're ready for the radio. We're on life support with the radio now. We had a lot of static. I listen to the radio all the time, police and fire and EMS, and it's staticky. And we're hoping it's going to make it.
Yeah, I know the firefighters are standing on scene and can't talk to each other, got to get in the truck to talk to each other and talk back to base.
So we want it now, and the other progress we've made is we've had a couple installs to Sheriff's Department cars, you know, to go ahead and start some installs to see how those mobile units are going to work. Because see, they're multi-band radios, so we can talk off of the current frequency while we're waiting for the new frequency on some radios. We weren't going to do a total overhaul with that because there's a certain amount of acceptance if we do that, and we don't want to ruin the warranty. So it's when we finish turning on and installing everything is where the 5-year warranty kicks in, not now.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
So that's more to come, and feel free to call me anytime with questions about the radios.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hyde.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Anything further on the courthouse PPEA update?
No, not right.
We had reasonable attendance at our open house.
Wait a minute,
We
wait a
got-
minute. No, we do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got
I'm sorry, we do.
We got to do some stuff to give the authority to advertise, to publish a notice of proposed. So I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we publish a notice of proposed comprehensive agreement between the county and English Construction Company to begin the public advertisement period as set forth by the Public-Private Education Facilities Infrastructure Act of the county's guidelines.
I'll second what he said.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we're going to advertise. Okay,
Is that
anything
all you
else?
needed, Catherine?
No,
Anything else on that?
She's got a
no,
big
sir,
smile.
that was good stuff, okay?
And then any outside committees that'd like to make a report? John's already talked about social services. Dickie, you'd been to CRC.
Yes.
Nothing from there?
I'm finding some interesting stuff out, so I'm hoping,
Well,
I'm gonna work with
keep
Mr.
learning
Zodi
and
on a
help
couple
us-
of
Help
things.
us out.
I don't have a personnel committee in full. I got a half a personnel committee. His name is John Rourke right now. So, and let me tell you why. Jennifer's been talking to Ms. Rayford, and she's got some creative ideas of possibly shared services a little bit. And and I like to get the committee together and talk about it a little bit. And maybe part of that salary can be paid by the comp board, and then we can save a person maybe later on if we close the LRA. So.
Well, Mr. Chairman, we need a volunteer of one of you three to join myself and when they do that. So one of y'all want to volunteer if you want to.
I'll do it.
Shouldn't be about an hour meeting, but we can do it in the office there about 11 o'clock and get you
What
out of there.
day? Ain't on
No, well, no, I know the rule on that. We'll get it. I'll get Jennifer together and we'll figure that out.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Be fine? All right, now we are to no additional committees. So I-2, this is the District 3 vacancy. This is Dr. Jackie August Green. I spoke to all the board members, and they had a couple of questions. One was, had any other packages been picked up from Mr. Reynolds' office and gone out for signatures? The answer is no. One package was picked up and one was returned with the qualifying signatures. This was not a party appointment. The citizen signed on behalf of Dr. August Green. Okay? The second question that I had, and this was a fair question, I had a board member say, did anybody ask her if she's ready to go ahead and start? And I felt that was a fair question, so I called Dr. Jackie August Green. Why don't you come up to the podium, Dr. Jackie August Green?
Green August.
Dr. Green August. I'm going to get it right at some point. I'm sorry, Doctor.
Next thing they've been calling you DJ for short because they can't figure it out. Like.
So we did have a conversation this morning.
Yes, we did.
And you said, yes, I'm ready. And I said, okay, so gave you a couple of tasks. There is one thing that I want you to understand, and this is just because you're not in yet. Ingleside School, Burkeville School, is very dear to your heart, and it's a place that you spend time. As a board member, you may find yourself in a place where you'll have to recuse yourself based on decisions there.
Yes, I understand.
And you're aware of that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. With that, I'll take a motion.
I move to appoint Dr. Jackie Green August.
I thought it was Jackie August. Go ahead, I'll second that motion.
To the District 3 vacant seat, as soon as, she's sworn in.
So the way this works is then you'll have to be sworn in either by the judge or the clerk. Okay? I've got a motion and a second. Mr. Bowen, roll call, please.
All right, we got a proper motion on the floor to appoint Dr. Jackie Green August as the new District 3 seat. And with that said, and got a proper second, Mr. Roy, how do you vote, yea or nay?
Aye. Yes.
Mr. Ingram, how do you vote, yea or nay? Mr. Vice Chairman Toth, how do you vote, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mr. Chairman Collins, how do you vote, yea or nay?
Yay.
Yay for 4-0, Mr. Chairman.
4-0.
Welcome aboard.
Know what you signed up
We won't be 4-0 no more.
Know what you signed up for.
Okay?
Sorry it took so long to get to the point.
give her-
Thank y'all for being
give her
patient,
a few
even
minutes to
though
take
we
words
do
to-
have the
let her say a few
most
words and take
comfortable seats in all the surrounding counties in this courthouse. I mean, they are the most comfortable seats.
Ma'am, I will say this, I was against doing this if we had another interested party to let the election take care of it. All the way to the means, somebody called and said, well, what about if I'm interested in it and I didn't want to get my signatures, I want to be a write-in voter. I said, then you need to come speak to the board and present yourself in a letter. And I said, then we may let it go to the election. And so, and I talked about drawing straws. At one time, it'd been talked to 4 or 5 people interested. It goes to show you how interested they really are, right?
Yes.
So thank you for wanting to help our community,
Why don't you-
which is your community as well.
Why don't you say a few words around these guys?
Well, it's Dr. Jackie Green August.
I got to
Green is
write that
my maiden
down.
name. August is my married name. I'd like to thank you for welcoming me to the board. I'd like to thank especially my husband, who has been just so patient, and all District 3
He
representatives.
got his hand stuck up back in there.
And all District 3 residents who have supported me.
right.
I've gone out and talked to people, and I said, even if you're not a voter in District 3, I still want to hear your voice.
Absolutely.
It's important to me. I'm not a chaotic person. I don't believe in chaos, and I don't believe in drama. I believe in working.
Amen.
And I believe that as 3 towns in 1 county, we can get it done together. That's how we have to move forward.
We'll get along fine if you don't believe in drama and chaos. 'Cause I'm sick of it.
I am not a chaotic person.
Yeah,
Anyone
I
can
would get
tell
all
you.
4 of y'all.
But I,
'cause y'all
again,
voted
would
for
like to thank you for giving me this honor.
We have to replace something on the website. Are you okay with the picture tonight?
Yes?
Okay, come on.
Yeah, put 'em on.
Come on, Mr. Ingram.
We're all going down, huh? Okay.
I know, right? Wait that I'm photogenic, you know?
Get this thing off of me. I ain't used to being over in this corner, though.
Can you take the picture?
I have no idea.
Or do you want somebody, can you take a picture, or you want somebody like Philip V to take it? A long night tonight. And by the way, I want to clarify something. Mr. Ingram's birthday is tomorrow.
We're not talking about that. I quit having it.
I'm the vice chair, so I'm gonna get on one side.
There you go, that'll work.
And see, I was trying to get over there.
I saw him.
That's
I
all
you gotta
right.
watch him. Her husband right there, John.
There'll be some cameras behind you.
Y'all smile.
Say Nottoway County.
Nottoway County. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'll call you tomorrow and get things set up, okay? We'll get things set up. And my, Catherine, my understanding is the circuit court clerk can swear her in, right? I don't have to get the judge? Okay. Would you help me with that? Okay.
Did you want it? Dr. Green August? We do have that vacancy on Crossroads. Is that one you're interested in? Okay. We won't take any action
Hey,
tonight.
I'd like to, I used to serve on the steps board. Steve, you had to step in there because I wasn't able to do it on Thursdays
But you gonna make her run away and stop.
Well,
Yeah, stop.
I asked you, it's a really
We
good
can't-
program, so
we
we'll
can't
talk about it
take-
later.
We can't take action yet.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
That's right, she's not sworn
Gotta
in.
get sworn in. But we got somebody heading that way. Okay.
All right, now we're to I-3 River Street, ABM.
All right, yes, sir.
What we got there? Anything, Greg?
So, yes, not for him, I mean, but yeah, I do. And Jennifer, I might have to get you at the podium here in a
Come
minute.
on up, Ms. Carter. Is this going to be some of that reimbursement?
Yes. So look, if y'all would turn to I-3, if you would, in your package.
This is hopefully a good thing.
Yeah, this is, so I really feel like I need direction from, I need a vote to make sure, you know, and I think we're okay on this. And I want to give credit where credit due. You know who thought of this?
Sonny?
No, Andrea again.
Okay.
So, and I even told her, I said, can I tell the board it's my idea? And she goes, absolutely, but you know how she is. But what happened was, y'all remember ABM and you and John?
Yeah.
Y'all told me, get out the contract, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And we had them in the, we were paying them ARPA funds for, I
Doing the
think it's
lighting.
energy conservation and water and that type thing, right, Greg? And it shows here that how much we actually paid them. We totally paid them $1.4 million. $1.2 million came out of y'all's, that's when Bill said, stop the bleeding, stop that project, and I stopped the project as fast as I could, but that's how much we had bled. And we can recoup at 603. I mean, basically if she can, I think she can go in the portal and maybe change it from where it's allocated to ABM, and that money will stay in our banking account.
That's correct.
Sure.
And this is,
That'd be
this is the
that's a lot
money
of money.
that was supposed to go to River Street
Right.
and go, well, just in the wind.
ABM.
So,
I don't know what ABM stands
That's
for.
why I asked y'all not to put them on there, because you don't know what the hell it stands for.
I'll make up something.
automated building maintenance.
Bill and thank you, Bill. Thank you.
So this is the River Street funds that we've kind of, this board reallocated. Because we didn't want to send it
Right.
to West Piedmont, because the money we sent there, before we've not received anything for it. So go ahead, Ms. Carter, I'm sorry.
So I just need permission tonight to reclassify the funds from the broadband project to the ABM project in the ARPA portal.
Mr. Chairman, I make that motion to allow the finance director to move these funds from the broadband over to the ABM project portal.
Have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's 4-0.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you.
If you got any other good ideas,
Thank
tell
you
me and
both
I'll
of-
let them know.
I know you guys were a little nervous at first, but I'm glad we were able to figure that
Oh,
out.
man, that was good stuff.
Yes, sir.
That stuff keep you up at night.
Some
Thank
money is better than no money.
Right about that. All right, this is Summit Point Group, and I believe it's going to be a permission for them to operate EMS.
Yes, correct.
This is completely separate from our other discussions about EMS this evening.
Yes, correct.
This is a contractor that's going to be on Fast C. And as the county, we have to give permission for somebody to provide emergency medical services in our county.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chair, members of the board, once again, welcome. We have tonight with us, I want to introduce, and we can go through this resolution. I would imagine somebody's going to read it. I can read it. You can read it, either one. But first of all, I'd like to take care of introducing Mr. Nelson Macarenas, and he is the Summit Point Group Director of Fire and EMS. And so if you have any questions for him, he's here with us tonight. Be glad to answer any of those about his duties. What this resolution is about is approving as a local governing body. It's part of what the state requires, and also in local governments to allow, everyone runs at the, or responds at the pleasure of the board. So whereas you have records on file for all of our agencies out here in the county of the same type, this is for them to operate at Fast C.
Mr. Chairman, with the, what the, I am so sorry, sometimes I get to stuttering. Stroke will do that to you. But anyway, what the Emergency Services Coordinator stated there, with the drafted resolution, I move to approve the resolution noted as J1 in our board packet.
If you need me to read it, I'll read it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and read it. I do want to mention one thing here that you guys will see. Whereas Summit Point Group will not only provide mission-critical services for the U.S. Department of State, it has additionally agreed to mutual aid service to Nottoway County. So, thank you
Before
for
they
that.
couldn't do that, right? Or could they?
Well, it just depends. I mean,
They could act as mutual aid in Nottoway County?
This is for a mass casualty event.
Mass
Oh,
casualty
on it,
incident.
okay.
Okay, it's not,
Okay.
not your
We
average.
had, we had the same arrangement, Mr. Toth, with Constellas.
Okay,
Right, that's what I thought. I remember us talking about that.
all right, rip it.
So do we need to read it?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna make the motion or John,
John's made the motion, but just read the motion and John will reference your.
you want me to make the motion, John, and you second it?
Well, no, I've already made the motion, we just need to read the resolution.
I can
Okay.
read it. I
I'll
can
read
read
it.
it.
At the regular meeting of Nottoway County Board of Supervisors, County, Virginia, Nottoway County, Virginia, held at the General District Court thereof on Thursday, the 20th day of August, in the year of our Lord 2026, and in the 251st year of the Commonwealth. Present, we have William J. Collins, Chairman, George Toth III, Vice Chairman, Richard Ingram Jr., Board Member, John Rourke, Board Member, Steve W. Bowen as the County Administrator. Resolution says, whereas representatives of Summit Point Group have requested approval by the Nottoway County to provide contract emergency medical services directly to the U.S. Department of State Foreign Affairs Security Training Center located in Nottoway County. And whereas Summit Point Group will be designated emergency response agency for the purpose of providing licensed advanced life support transport services to Fast C campus during training and operations that will require these services. And whereas Summit Point Group will not only provide mission-critical services for the U.S. Department of State, but also additionally agreed respond outside of the Fast C campus as mutual aid service to Nottoway County in the event of a mass casualty incident where extra staff ambulances would be needed. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Nottoway County Board of Supervisors does hereby approve Summit Point Group to operate licensed emergency medical service within Nottoway County for providing ALS transport services to the Fast C campus and to act as a supplement to EMS services in Nottoway County in the event of a mass casualty incident. Certification adoption of resolution. The undersigned clerk of the Board of Supervisors of Nottoway County, Virginia hereby certifies that the resolution set forth above was adopted in an open meeting on August the 20th, 2026 by the Board of Supervisors of Nottoway County.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
You want a second vote? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, carried 4-0.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Where in West Virginia are you from?
Summit Point, West Virginia, about 10 minutes outside of Charlestown, West Virginia.
He was over, he
To
was
the
a
north-
hillbilly one time.
To the north
That's a hell of a response
or
time.
to the south? Okay. I'm a mountaineer.
Oh, awesome. That's where
Yeah.
I want to send my son.
Well, that's right, that's your old stomping grounds, on it.
All right, well, thank you. Welcome
Thank
to
you,
our
sir.
community.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly reach out to administration or Mr. Hyde if you need
Definitely.
anything while you're here. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank y'all
Thank you.
again.
All right, Mr. Chairman.
We'll get into the short.
Yeah, we're getting down to the short roads, yeah.
So now we've got J2. We are not a full board. So if you could just communicate to Crossroads that
I will.
there'll be an appointment coming. We could do that on a work session,
Okay,
I would imagine, which is going to be like September 14th.
and that's a good point, I can communicate and say we should have by then, right, that's right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll clean up, talk about steps. And then was there anything else missing? Social services fine?
Yeah, well,
CDC fine?
just like a few minutes ago, Bo kicked in on the personnel committee. I think she was on the personnel committee, but
Okay, well,
yeah,
let's not
let's not over. All right, I think Bo and John can knock that out pretty quick.
Okay, you and John
Okay.
got that?
Okay. All right, I think if it comes up, I'll have a list on the unfit. Maybe we have a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that will do, just make it, for the work session that we'll go through committees.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And maybe somebody is ready to change or not change.
Right. Right. Okay.
And we could do that now or do it for next year. All right, we're going to get into consent items, July expenditures, correspondence, information items. Does anybody, I didn't have any notes. We got a nice note from the Hardaway family.
I think we need to make a motion on K, correct?
Yes. You make a motion to
July
approve the consent.
expenditures,
K and L.
I move we pay the bills, as John
As
said.
John
Second.
said. And then we'll accept correspondence. So we had first and a second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
And then correspondent items, any questions about any of those items?
No, sir.
All right, now we're going to get to the county administrator report. Last night, Mr. Rourke told me we were going to be done at 9:23.
Okay, all right, so that means I'm gonna do two things, I'm done. Virginia Heartland Alliance, the VAHA next meeting is at the end of Blackstone. And so we're gonna kind of showcase the end of Blackstone, and the gentleman we've been dealing with has been real nice, but I'm
What's
hoping.
his name at the end of Blackstone? The manager?
Well, the one we're dealing with is Kelly somebody, but it's,
Patel?
Yeah, Patel is his last name. What's his first name?
Sanjay.
No. Raj, that's it. Is that, you call him Sanjay? Yeah, I call him a lot of things. Okay, go stick with Mr. Patel. Well, anyway, so I don't know if I was hoping maybe one of y'all as a board member could come to that. It is next Thursday, but I'll send out an email or get Andrew to help me out there, send you a text and remind you if you can just come over and say a few words. Welcome everybody. This was a little different now. Well, it's set up for Monday, September 14th, and I will send something as a reminder from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Burkeville Volunteer Fire Department. Prince Edward is hosting a meeting there about the boundary line adjustment, and they want to be able for people to come if they get questions and concerns and answers and that kind of thing. And anyway, so I just want to, they are having it at the Burkeville Fire Department, so I just want to reach out that invitation as well. And I know Dickie is really affected mostly District 1. We're all District 1, I reckon.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke. I said, you the only one split.
Yeah, right. Anyway, and hopefully we'll get that straight. Just a new era, and you have to accept it. Anyway, other than that, that's all I got, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I'd like to remind the members, we do have a closed session incoming, so comments from members of the board.
Needs to be short, so we be gone out here at 9:23.
How did you know that's what I was?
I read your mind all the time, Bill Collins.
Go ahead.
So my closing comments aren't much. I'm thrilled that it's going to be 5-pack again instead of a 4-pack.
Yep.
And that's going to make things a whole lot easier and actually it'll be a lot less burden on us. I said to myself, I said, Self, I won't really say much about this tonight, but I decided that I am. I had an incident within my family last week, as anybody may see in the Curious Record of Blackstone, the Curious Record, as I like to refer to it as. And I read some comments on Mr. Ingram's unfavored public Facebook podium.
Yep.
And I'd like to address a couple of those, not calling anybody out in particular. I did find out who one of them longest negative stuff was about, who he was today. He was a previous employee of ours, and I fired him. And I had every right in the world to fire him, and unless he straightened himself out, I'd never consider hiring him again. I'm a human just like anybody else in this community. If you cut me, I'm gonna bleed red, and so are you. Do I have family issues? Absolutely. Is it his fault, her fault, my fault? No. If you cast judgment upon somebody, even if they do mess up, then you probably ought to go to church or find a different church and study the Word of God. So, but I still challenge anybody to an open public forum. That includes Billy Coben at Blackstone Paper, which I got a lot of respect. Not 1 ounce of me was upset Billy for publishing what he published. As long as he published his facts, which he did, I have no problem with that. And he sells papers. In fact, I bought a few in my lifetime. So I look forward to getting out of here at 9:23, Mr. Chairman. So at that, Mr. Rourke, I digress.
Mr. Ingram.
Welcome, Dr. Green August. Great to have you on board. I'm with Bo. We need to have 5. And you'll do a great job for the citizens. I'm real happy about that. We've got to get over personalities in this job, and we've got to do what's right for the citizens of the county. Personalities are not going to get us anywhere. We've got a job to do. We're elected to do a job. We need to do that job. And calling out people and saying stuff needs to stop. We need to work for the county, work for the people in the county.
Mr. Rourke?
Yes. Dr. Jackie Green August, again, welcome. We will finally have a rose amongst a bunch of thorns up here. And I couldn't agree with some of the comments you made earlier about the drama and everything. And it's unfortunate some of what took place in here tonight. And yeah, I'm in it, and that's fine. And to Mr. Ingram's point, you're right, Mr. Ingram, but just to, I just want to clarify a little bit of that. Since I'm the bad guy, I'm okay with being the bad guy because this toxicity that came out tonight came to us. We didn't look for this. There was members of that department that sent board members their concerns along with screenshots about some awful racist, sexist comments made by one member of that department. That's been my concern the whole time. I don't want the public downgrading anybody else in that department, any volunteers across this county. This was one person's awful judgment, and it will be dealt with. One of the officers I've spoke with, I've had, also requested the copy of those screenshots, and they'll deal with it. But in the meantime, a lot of this toxicity was drummed up completely unnecessary because this board hadn't made any decisions on anything. And, I will not apologize now or ever for standing up against disgusting racist, sexist comments that's made by a member of a county tax-funded organization. So I'm not worried about any man's judgment of here or me on earth because I've got eternity to stay with God. I'm fine. And I will share two other things. And I would just ask y'all this. Mr. Ingram, Bo, Bill, Steve, myself, and now Ms. Green, we're all part of an organization. We can't go out and do things without it coming back to reflect because they don't say that one did it. They say the department. So just real quick, I would say like this. If there's a story on and I'll just use this because this is kind of where some of it starts, and no pun intended. But let's say that the Career Record has a feed, and there's an unfortunate story about, I'm gonna give you 4 quick examples. Let's say ICE picked up somebody that happened to be Spanish. If Mr. Ingram got on there and goes, oh, well, I wonder if Jose had a burrito and a jalapeno in his pocket, that's pretty racist, especially if that's not the gentleman's name. That's pretty racist. All right, if Bo was to follow a story where a white man was charged with meth possession, if Bo was to say, oh, I bet, how many teeth did Bubba have? What, was he kissing his sister when he was caught? Stuff like that is racist. I
thought it was a cracker, not Bubba.
Well, yeah, well, that too.
Father-in-law's name is Bubba.
Well, if there was a story about let's say a black gentleman that was in possession of a stolen bike, if I got on there and said something like, so Leroy stole a bike, usual suspect, that is racist. And we should be held accountable for that. If Bill was following a story, and let's say it was from a massage parlor, an Asian massage parlor, if Bill got on there and said something like, and let's say they were charged with prostitution, if Bill decided to get on there and go, ching, chang, chung, was doing this to do that, that is racist.
Mr. Rourke, you do not support racism.
Exactly. Absolutely, and neither does this board.
Neither does this board.
And that's the reason why I felt like it was very important to have some of those conversations tonight, because some of those volunteers were absolutely misinformed, and they were here for all the right reasons with misinformation. God bless them for everything they've done. I will stand on the tip of that spear for them every time. And the last thing I got is Steve's birthday tomorrow. Dickie's birthday
I thought it was today, they said.
Yeah, no, it's tomorrow. And I was
yesterday, actually.
Yesterday.
Guys, I was looking.
A statement of fact.
Yeah, I was looking for a gift to give Steve. I'm serious. I was looking for a gift to. Yeah, I was looking for a gift to give Steve, and I couldn't figure out what to give him. And then it just happened to come about in my hand. I was putting some stock up, and when they pull up potatoes, sometimes the disc hit them and it's got a split in it. It's got this little piece over here and this big piece over here. And it reminded me of Steve because he still can't figure out if he's in Prince Edward or Nottoway County. So I was like, Steve, happy birthday.
I'm glad that's the one that
potato.
got the split in the white potato, because he could have took that to be racist. You didn't get a sweet potato job.
I got news for him. I'm gonna eat this potato.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the
Eat it
gift
raw,
that
put some
keeps
butter
on
on it.
giving. He can decorate it like Mr. Potato Head. If it starts sprouting, you can grow it. He'll always have
The
something.
man said 9:23, I think.
Mr. Chairman.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Chairman, I went to the meeting in Burkeville, and I told them some things that need to be clarified, and I think they did a very good job tonight coming and clarifying. And because, who said, what said, hey said, so I'm the one who, went up there, but they were not, and I think they needed to be heard, and I think some of that stuff was clarified too, so I just want to say that.
Well,
But anyway.
there's one thing that I want to be clear, since this board came on after 5 county administrators and 3 or 4 years of kind of misdirection, we found places where money was being wasted and not, being accounted for. I mean, it was really a terrible. The general fund was being raided by $3.5, $4 million every year.
Right.
So we're going to continue looking, and that's all we're doing. If we look at a department, if we look at a budget, if we look at expenditures, and we say, okay, well, we could save this over here, but then we're going to lose that over there.
Right.
We're going to keep having those discussions, and that's just how it is. It's unfortunate that I knew the guys, they were having a meeting, and then all of a sudden, oh, this is a real problem. But it wasn't a problem.
Right.
It was just, hey, we've begun funding EMS to an extraordinary level since this board came on. This wasn't happening, but now it is. So we need to make sure that there's good accounting. We need to make sure that one of the things we're kind of looking at is redundancy. Do we have 2 clerks we're paying payroll for? Do we have 2 administrators we're paying for? Are we paying for things twice? And that's a place where we don't have to. We've got 2 agencies, but we're going to keep looking. And with your input, with the fire stations and the EMS, we're just making this thing, and we're going to make it as efficient as we can. And everybody just needs to understand that's what we're doing. We're taking care of the people. Certainly, this board is a freaking flyer on an emergency squad.
Oh, yeah.
So just know that we're going to keep looking. With that.
Well said, Mr. Chairman.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With that, you take a motion to adjourn?
No, we
Or a
can't.
motion to go into closed session? I was afraid of
unless,
that.
unless you got this man in the back.
It's 7 minutes. You got 8 minutes.
Anybody want to read it?
That's Mr. Ingram's
Mr.
special.
Reed, his specialty?
Right there.
I got it
On the
right
back
here,
of your
okay.
agenda.
I move that the Board of Supervisors of Nottoway County, Virginia adjourn into closed meeting pursuant to Code of Virginia 2.2-3711A 39, discussion or consideration of information subject to the exclusion in subdivision 3 of 2.2-3705.6 related to economic development, specifically related to a business in the town of Blackstone. Proprietary 2.2-3705.63, proprietary information voluntarily provided by private business pursuant to a promise of confidentiality from a public body, used by the public body for business, trade, and tourism development or retention, and the memoranda, working papers, or other information related to businesses that are considering locating or expanding in Virginia, prepared by a public body where competition or bargaining is involved and where disclosure of such information would adversely affect the financial interest of the public body.
That's the motion you
Second.
made?
That is the motion.
Mr. Rourke, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like Greg Zoe to come with us, and if we could have 2 minutes back here before we invite Philip Van Norbeck. 2 minutes.
Board of Supervisors coming back from closed session.
Mr. Chairman, you gonna read the
I
thing?
got it.
You got it, okay?
Whereas the Board of Supervisors of Nottoway County, Virginia has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by this Board of Supervisors that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of Nottoway County, Virginia hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification resolution applies. And two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the Board of Supervisors. And three, no action was taken in the closed meeting regarding the items discussed.
It's a motion. Do I have a second? Second. All right, then we have to certify.
All right, I got a motion on the floor from Mr. Ingram for certification and properly seconded by Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, you so certify, yea or nay?
Yes.
Mr. Ingram, you so certify, yea or nay?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Toth, you so certify, yea or nay?
Yay.
Chairman Collins, you so certify, yea or nay?
I do, yay.
Everybody certified 4-0, Mr. Chairman. Thank you tonight.
I'll take a
Mr.
motion.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please stand up.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Greg.
See you, Greg. Have a good one.